2018-29. What does that say about the leadership? Then look at Resolution 4 of 2020. The Office of the Premier had obtained a legal opinion on the poor prospects of success in several disciplinary, civil and criminal proceedings. The Premier were in the process of receiving a further legal opinion. As we all can see, further delays and with the end result of justice denied. There is always a plethora of excuses for delays and on investigations and irregular expenditure. But always with the same result as possible, gets off scot-free. And the price to pay is that when a crisis hits, and are currently experiencing, not of the people's money. I thank you.
Honorable Rogers from the Democratic.
Deputy Speaker, the departmental briefings to the Standing Committee in February relating to resolutions of the Committee of the 2018-19 year reports from the Auditor-General are once again evidence of a system that is not producing the desired outcome. Persistent challenges of slow turnaround in investigation, sanctions and consequent non-paying posts and irregular expenditure continue to believe I see no improvement from last year or the year before. So it's by all means without fear or favor. So the problem certainly doesn't lie in the integrity of the committee to improve the outcomes. Part of the problem has to be with certain heads responsible. In addition, certain of our senior management. That this up with evidence. Most of us would imagine and is about intelligence. So I would be kept awake at night if I had to appear before Scopa. Not so with some in our province, Speaker. To some, it has become nothing more than a box exercise. And for the day. Okay. Very often departments have up to 20, 25 officials attending. Then only 4 actually contribute in the interrogation. At what cost to the province and the department? Then just to prove that this is indeed a tick box exercise for certain departments, take it Royal Household Trust and the Department of Agriculture, who arrive at the briefings unprepared, with inadequate and poorly prepared responses to resolutions. You have to ask and make adequate reports. And at the end of the day, was anybody held accountable in the Royal Household Trust, in agriculture, when those departments were sent home to go and redo their work? Was any member of the executive reprimanded that his department is in fact not complying and not taking members of this legislature seriously? It's not always about fraud and corruption. It's about building a culture of responsibility. If we don't take care of the small things, the big things will never see. Stealing from the poor, stealing blankets from the destitute. representation and development of the ethical, capable, and developmental state that we keep talking about. The stark reality is that as leaders of this province, we all talk, we seem to concur, and we agree where there are weaknesses and where there are challenges facing the provincial structures, but are unable to bring about effective change. The DA is of the belief that the problem remains with the African National Congress, and that's simply a case of missing the political will or lacking the ability to bring about change management. Let's agree for the purposes of this debate that in this House there is indeed political will between all of us to build a capable ethical state. Then, Speaker, we have to ask ourselves, where exactly does the problem lie? If the problem doesn't lie within the members of this chamber, then where is the problem? It can only be one of a few: maladministration, corruption, poor accountability, no consequence management, lack of capacity. So then the question that follows, who exactly was instrumental in appointing staff members in our department who seem to be unable to perform their duties effectively? Is it the responsibility of the executive, or is it the responsibility of the legislature to ensure that we appoint capable staff in these departments? When it comes to the disgusting theft of the COVID-19 relief funding by social development, it's abundantly clear, Speaker, that the MEC and the executive take no responsibility of this theft under their watch. Senior officials are being blamed. The question comes again: who was responsible for appointing these senior officials? Was it the legislature? Was it the MEC? Was it the executive? Was it the Premier? That's where we need to start.
Your time is actually Commander. Yeah, good and
Yeah.
You have 6 minutes. Honorable Senator.
kleptomania and unpunished corruption by the ANC is the